My name is Shawntel Gaddy. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. Many people know me from working a lot of popular clubs since I was a teenager. I was the hostess for several major promoters in the city, and I started music around 2006 full time at what I considered my home studio. I spent a lot of time there, did a lot of underground recordings, and kind of created a small buzz for myself in the city and kind of in the South. I met my abuser around 2008. We met in that same home studio of mine. He was there, the very popular Making the Band star. And, we just kind of clicked. We got along. I would say it was just more about sex at the time, but, nothing really serious. Around 6 months after dating him, he hit me. From that moment on, it was never a serious relationship to me. It had kind of come out that he had issues and I was going to be the source of his problem. He was a felon when I met him, which he did not admit to for months before when we were dating. He had a really bad background. He committed a lot of crimes, and he just was this really good liar. He lived his life, most of it quiet, so I guess I couldn't say that he was a liar at first. He just didn't say anything. So around Halloween of 2008, that's when like I said, he first tried to fight me, and I fought back. My mom didn't raise me I never saw my mom and dad fight. My mom divorced my dad at a young age, but because she wasn't the type to just kind of stick around and let things just go all the way bad. She stood up for herself and she left. But it wasn't because of domestic violence, so it wasn't anything that I was familiar with. I just knew, no one has a right to hit you. And I'll say from 2008 until he finally went to prison in 2014, which he didn't go to prison for actually the numerous cases that were tried, that I tried to get the police to take charges on, or that the DA was trying to fight him with. He actually went to jail for being on probation since he was a teenager, and it was kind of a minor snafu that he actually got in trouble. So, but him going to prison was for me my way of escape from the situation permanently. So from 2008 to 2014, it was years of me getting away, him harassing me, him stalking me, him showing up unexpectedly and just causing problems in my life until he got me back in his grasp to just try to kill me all over again. I didn't I never allowed myself to love him because I knew that he didn't love me. I do recall it being a point in time where I felt sorry for him because I thought that something has to be wrong with this kind of person that would really try to take someone's life for no reason. And so that was the unhealthy part in me at the time, but it took years for me to see that. Years of counseling. I had to go to a mental health hospital. Numerous mental health diagnoses, living in a battered women's shelter. A lot of therapy allowed me to see what was wrong in my life that allowed me to be in that situation, but really to help me see that my life was in danger and I needed to at all costs get away from this man. So in 2012, we had a child. I remember I cheated on him with his best friend, which was really the biggest mistake of my life for several reasons, but more so because that just gave him more ammunition to literally try to kill me as often as possible. But I thought that was a way to make him get away from me permanently. But no, he said, we're going to have a child and this is going to go away. No one's ever going to know you did this. So I got pregnant. God knows I love my child and I don't regret any of it because I have my son. But his getting me pregnant was a cover up for him being embarrassed that I had sex with his best friend. And he didn't see that I was telling him, I don't want to be with you and I'll do whatever I have to do to make you hate me, to please leave me alone. Please stop harassing me. Please don't follow me. Please don't pursue me if I get away from you. And, I want to be away from you. He just couldn't process that. And over and over again, his reasons were because, bitch, you made me do this. I love you. You're going to have to deal with it. You're not just going to break my heart. You're not going to get away from me. And so life just became all my fault. The felonies he had before me, the issues he had before me, the mommy and daddy issues that he had, all of that instantly became my fault because he set me as the object of his affection and ultimately the blame for his life. Fast forward to 2014 when he goes to prison for 3 months. I was able to, put a plan in action. This was after I had gotten out of the mental health hospital and the battered women's shelter. And I just understood that there were serious steps that I needed to take because I had been brainwashed that nobody cares what you're going through. This is all your fault. Oh, you could have gotten away. You could have stayed away. When really, no, I was stuck. I was trapped and I was fighting for my life as often as possible, which he admitted to in a WSOC TV news special. It's a local news. He was a reformed abuser. He was in anger management class where he had convinced his counselor that he had changed. But in the process, even while he did the interview with the news that he was changed, he had a restraining order. There was a restraining order between us because he had attacked me and kidnapped our child. So in the process of all of that, with our son, we have a son who is autistic and he's so awesome and amazing. And no means is him being on the spectrum any, it's been a blessing in our life because it's just shown me how much love I do have inside of me. I love him to life more than anything in this world. And he, just to think about how many times he tried to kill me while I was pregnant with him, how I had to get away from him to even have our son and have him, alive without dying myself or him killing the both of us. He's still, he's always used him as I'm going to embarrass her on social media. I'm going to say she's a deadbeat mom. I'm going to, I moved on with my life. I've gotten married and it's all her fault. It's all her fault. And it's all just an attack on my character, and behind closed doors, he's in my inbox, or he's threatening people for my address, or he filed for custody but didn't go to court and said he's not going to court because he wants 50/50 access to my home. And things like that. Every opportunity he has around me, it's, oh, my wife doesn't care about my life. We have an open relationship and, we just need to have sex. You're just sexually frustrated. All the same things he would say that I know are abusive and are unhealthy, he still thinks is normal and that I'm supposed to live in that for the rest of my life. And he uses our child as his means, his tool to just say, hey, I have a right to her. And so I just want people to understand that no, a child isn't always, a mother, just because she has a child with a man doesn't mean she wants to be with that man. And it doesn't mean that that man's a good father just because they have children. Any man that loves their child, any parent that loves their child, any person that loves their child would do whatever they have to do to secure their position in that child's life and to secure their child's safety. I've been accused of kidnapping our son. I've been accused of holding our son hostage when all I've ever done was protecting myself. He won't go through the necessary steps it takes to build his relationship with his son. With the restraining order out against him when he attacked me, he got visitation to our son and he voluntarily stopped visitation after he tried contacting me. And so, I just, it's a sad situation, but I just want people to know that everything doesn't look as it appears in a lot of situations, and it's just easier to if you can help someone that asks you for help, please help them. But if you don't know the situation and you're not willing to go the extra mile and find out the details, just stay out of it. Don't judge that person. You never know what people do behind closed doors because people will lie to protect the image for social media purposes. They'll lie to protect an image so no one thinks they're the bad guys, even though they know they're the bad guy. But it's all for image purposes. And I just want to start by saying, please get help if you're in a situation. Somebody cares. I had to hear over and over and over and over and over again, nobody cares. Somebody cares. I'm not here to reach the world. I'm here to reach at least one person. If I can save one life, that's all I care about. People, it's always in the back of my mind, oh, stop, don't ever tell your story. So I've spent so many years not sharing my story. But I can't, after seeing the news and seeing all the murders that are going on, people are dying. behind having emotional issues and blaming someone and choosing to find a victim instead of choosing to get help. It's hard getting help. It takes a big person to admit, I'm messed up, I need help, but it's necessary. If you feel like you need help and you're in a situation where you're under high pressure and you feel like you have to hit someone or hurt someone because it's their fault, get away from that person. Leave that person alone and get yourself help. That doesn't make you a bad person. That makes you a person that needs help. I'm not here to bash anyone. I love everybody, including my enemies, including my abuser, because hating someone would only destroy me. And I want to be well from the inside out. So I choose to walk in forgiveness. But I do want to just say my piece today that to anybody that's in a domestic violence situation, you can get help and you can make it out of that situation alive and well, but it will take work. To anybody that feels they're in a situation where they're being taken advantage of, you can get help. There are means and opportunities. The court is set up for people that are in extreme situations. No, you don't have to always run to court, but it is best that if you're in that situation where you love your child, do what you have to do for your child, because no child deserves to be away from loving parents, period. And I'll never say that they do. And no person deserves to be accused of not being a loving parent because someone talks louder or someone has a bigger following. Thank you.
Ready, set, hit.
Come on the field.
Ride them feet,
He's like any other dad.
So you had a good day today at school?
He wants to be a king to his 3 sons. Maybe that's why he goes by the name King Sean.
Good job. That's how you do.
Today, he's helping coach his 9-year-old and 13-year-old.
Hey, give me some.
But he's also trying to set a better example than he did when they were younger.
Who was
King Sean.
an animal?
An animal who attacked his girlfriend.
It started from me just grabbing her arm to me grabbing her neck to me slapping her.
He told me the abuse got worse. Much of it hard to listen to.
They wrapped the phone cord around her neck. I had slapped her and I did a lot of things.
Why would you hurt her?
And that's a good question, because it's just like, I've asked myself that.
So I want to talk today about an article that I saw. A very popular basketball player who threatened to kill the mother of his child because she wouldn't allow him to see his son to go to his wedding. And I want to first say that it's sad that today domestic violence is normal to most people. I saw a very popular Instagram page where there were thousands of comments, thousands of people literally saying, okay, this is normal. Everybody's baby's father threatens them, who hasn't done it? I do this all the time, all kind of crazy stuff. But I just want to first say, it's sad that so many women have passed away because of people like the people that were commenting on that site and on that Instagram page. And how many more women have to die before people really start to care. I hate the word victim because by God's grace, I survived. But I want to say that people that have been in that situation will completely understand what I'm saying. As someone that was trying to leave an abusive relationship as often as I could, literally every day, and my abuser admitted that on the news special, he would try to fight me. And then when I tried to defend myself, it turned into him trying to kill me. So every bitch I'll kill you has to be taken serious. If it was not for the grace of God that the phone cord snapped or someone banged on the door or I was able to get out of the situation in enough time to find help or call 911, the numerous times I had to call 911, then I would be dead. And all I can hear is his voice saying, bitch, nobody cares. Bitch, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to look for you. Nobody cares. And when I read those comments online and I see everyone saying, oh, well, that's normal. Oh, it's okay. Or she's just using the child against him. That's frightening because that makes me wonder how many people are really behind closed doors in an abusive relationship, an unhealthy abusive relationship, and considering it normal. And I'm not judging anyone's relationship, because so many people say, oh, well, she could have gotten out. If you're in a domestic violence relationship, just leave. Just leave. And it's not always that easy. Everyone's not the same. Some people start with, okay, I'll kill you. And then they think it's cute. And then that's how their dysfunctional relationship works. And then there's other people that are, you're not normal. I'm getting out of this situation. And they have to fight for their life because that person, the abuser, is so unhealthy that they don't want their victim to leave, that they don't want the object of their affection getting away from them at all costs. And so people that have not been in that situation may not understand that, but sometimes it's not that easy to just leave. So I say today, out of my heart is hurt that so many people feel like a child is a pawn, and most situations appear to be a bitter baby mama. So this basketball player is getting married, so seemingly to the world, he's happy, he's moved on. Oh, well, she must be bitter. But I just pose the question, what if she's happy and she's moved on as well? Because the way he said that to her, the way he said, bitch, I'll put a gun to your head, or whatever he said, the way that he threatened her life, it was normal to him. Maybe she was recording him because he's threatened her before and she knew he was going to do it again and she just needed proof. What if she's not just some bitter female? And for all the people that think, oh, well, she must be bitter. Why? Because they're not together? Why? What if he's an abuser and she's happy that he's moved on with his life? And if he is a famous basketball player, he has the means and the resources to get rid of a bitter baby mama without having to take her life or threaten to take her life. He can go to court. He can go to court unless he's avoiding child support, which would be ridiculous because he's such a loving father, right? Think about it. So for everyone that's saying, okay, well, she's withholding the child. How can you withhold a child that you have custody or visitation rights to? It's easier to say it's a bitter baby mama, she's getting on my nerves, she's keeping my child, if you want 1 foot in her life, or 1 foot on her neck, I should say. Because if it was so sincere and so, oh, I just love my child, I want my child in my wedding, he would have made provision for that. And a lot of times provision means you have to put in work. But when you love your child, you are willing to put in the work. And that's not coming from a hurt female. That's coming from a healthy female. I had to go to domestic violence counseling. I had to live in the shelter where I had to mandatory have counseling there. I was involuntarily committed because I had post-traumatic stress from my life being attempted to be taken on too many times to count. And by the grace of God, again, and it's only by his grace, I can't even remember portions of what happened because it was so bad, as my mind just blocked it out. But I'm grateful that I'm able to move forward in my life, even with the major memories that I have regarding that situation. So I just want to say, anybody that's listening, that's taking the time to watch this, if you are in a domestic violence situation, it's okay. Get help. Tell as many people that you feel don't care, and as many people as your abuser tells you don't care. Tell the police, tell a teacher, tell a doctor, tell a bus driver, tell as many people as you can tell, because I'm not talking to people that think it's normal and think it's okay. I want to help at least one person that says, no, this isn't right, because I've been that one person. And if that phone cord wouldn't have snapped, or if I didn't have the strength, I would say my angels were with me. If my angels didn't get him off of me too many times to count. Because this person, if I got away from him, then he would follow me. He would come to my home, my mom's home, or wherever I was, and he would harass me. He would wait outside my house. He would wait until the police come and still sit outside my house. And he was a sweet talker. He was able to literally lie to as many people as he could lie and pretend to be so innocent. So I don't ever look at situations like that where people are innocent, because I have to question it, because I've been there. And if you haven't been there, please just don't say anything. Just don't say anything and pray for everybody involved. That's the best thing to do, because playing lawyer on the couch is really ridiculous when you have little knowledge about the situation. So that, I think about Ray Caruth and Sharika Adams. I think about that beautiful young lady. You have a city divided where she was this or she was that, and she could have had an abortion, which is what he wanted. And then you have a city full of people that say she had a baby, she was pregnant, she accepted her responsibility. He didn't. He wasn't man enough to accept responsibility. That beautiful lady lost her life because of that. Because he wasn't able to accept responsibility. And how many people feel like it's okay for people not to accept responsibility? Because that's all it is. If you hate her so much and she's destroying your life so much, take responsibility. Go get your child support paid. Go get custody of your child. You were in a better position. Whatever the case may be, put in the work. Since you're such a sincere and loving and kind person. Right? Thank you for listening today.
Day one, I gave the rules. Lie to me and I'll lie to you. Keep it real and it's no excuse. Try to play and I'll suit up too. You test the waters, but I don't flip. Know you're lying and I don't trip. Gave you rope with the extra grip. Tied the knot, waited on your slip. Hung yourself, now I'm the bitch. That's your story, I'm over this. This can't be, it don't feel right. Late at night, sitting up crying. Praying to God, asking why. I'm sitting still, but I'm still trying. He's still here, but he's still lying. It don't feel real. I cannot take another moment. Feels like I'm stuck in one place. Time is frozen. This can't be love that's approaching. I gotta find a way. Show me a sign. I gotta get away. Show me a sign. Throw all this heartbreak. Show me a sign. There's gotta be a better way. 'Cause my heart just can't take it. No, I'm leaving and my things packed. When you left, I put them on the back. My people coming, they gon' grab that. We gon' talk first, see where your head at. I'm tired of this, ain't a thing changed. I progressed, you stayed the same. Tired of playing love a dirty game. Played to win, but love turned to pain. 7 years of bad luck, now the curse broke, it's a shift change. My money, power, and respect, plus some new things. I'm taking that and I won't mind. Reparations for the front line. Fight for love, I done did time. This ain't right, I need a sign. A rainbow, a lightning, a prophet or something. I keep having these feelings. He keeps saying that it's nothing, but I know better. I ain't new to this. Know the act and the Judas kiss, but in the end, all you're hurting is yourself. This you will miss. I cannot take another moment. Feels like I'm stuck in one place. Time is frozen. This can't be love that's approaching. I gotta find a way. Show me a sign. I gotta get away. Show me a sign. Throw all this heartbreak. Show me a sign. There's gotta be a better way. 'Cause my heart just can't take it no more. Get out my life. Get back to playing. I'm tired of this. Love ain't pain. I'm tired of crying. Can't take the pain. I'm tired of fighting. Gotta get away. This ain't love. And I feel broken. I'm tired of all this pain I'm holding. And I'm leaving. Know I gotta move on. Can't take no more. Know I gotta be strong. I cannot take another moment. Feels like I'm stuck in one place. Time is frozen. This can't be love that's approaching. I gotta find a way. Show me a sign. I gotta get away. Show me a sign. Throw all this heartbreak. Show me a sign. There's gotta be a better way. 'Cause my heart just can't take it no more. I'm tired of crying. Inside I'm slowly dying. At this moment, I gotta find a way. I'm so tired of feeling broken from the pain that I'm holding. This can't be love. I gotta get away. Show me a sign. Show me a sign. Show me a sign. Sign.